done, to attract more buyers, to attract more sellers. Man, we still got people lining up to get in here. Hold on. I can tell it's going to be a good day when we got a full room. So, where is, let me see. Marcy, are you on here? I can't
Yep,
find you. There you
I'm
are. All
here.
right, cool. Awesome. So today I've got Marcy. I'm gonna see if I can get this right. Terra Blanche.
Terra Blanche. Yep,
All right,
pretty
all right,
good.
got it. So Marcy and I met, and she and her brother have got a company called Home Handoff, and this is a thing that kind of blossomed out of an idea and a need that they saw in our market, where when it comes to sellers handing off information to buyers who are about to move into this home, and how awesome it is to have everything organized in one place. So, Marcy, I'm going to give you the opportunity to share your screen. I think I can go. Let's see here.
I think I can do it. I think I see share.
All right, give
I
it a
think I
shot, and
share
it'll
and
probably ask for
send request.
permission.
Yeah.
There we go. And if you want to just show us what you got and show us how it can benefit our clients, we'll let you roll with it.
Yeah, super cool. I'm wondering, see desktop. Trying to see here.
I think it allows you to share the window, or you can share your entire screen.
Yeah. Oh, great. Um, Sorry, I thought I was gonna just click on right there, just be super easy to use.
It's tech, you know. Sometimes it.
Just did this with Teams the other day and it was no problem. Um, let's see if it doesn't work on here, I can hop over to my phone and do it real quick.
You want me to let me get Derek to go first, and then come back to you?
Yeah, sorry
Cool.
about that, guys.
All right, cool. Marcy's going to get reloaded here. Derek, tell us a little bit about what you've been working on behind the scenes.
Yeah, hey everybody. Starting last December, I started on this project for our team where we wanted to provide some better reporting to our sellers because I feel like the reason why most sellers end up choosing to work with another agent, let's say the home expires or they get frustrated, is that they don't hear from the agent. They just list it on the MLS, they start getting some showings, they can't make things come together, and then they end up listing with somewhere else. And I think the biggest reason why sellers decide to do that is the complaint is, well, I just never heard from an agent. So I started building this product. At the time, I called it North Reports by the Caldwell Group. And I got it all the way to the finish line. And I was like, oh my gosh, this has some legs to it. I should build this in a way where other agents could have the ability to use it too. So after like 100 hours of building it, I deleted the whole entire project and started from scratch again because I needed to have a way where it was multi-tenancy, meaning many people could use it at the same time. And what I built was it's called North, and I'll show you a demo of it. And it provides the what I think are beautiful seller report cards that you guys can create and provide to your sellers. And I beta tested it throughout the months of January, February, and just recently I really started pushing towards it. And I have agents all across the country using it. Actually, Amy uses it. Our team uses it. I have agents in Texas, in Nevada, California, in South Carolina, and North Carolina. There's lots of agents across the country that use this report card now. And it's fully baked by AI. If you all know me, I am all about AI. And it leverages Zillow and other reportings that we can have access to be able to build this beautiful, this like one page site that you can send your seller and give them all the proof of what you're doing behind the scenes on helping them get their home sold. So, of course, we have the beautiful picture of their home, who it's listed by. We have this roll up AI generated paragraph about everything that's going on with the home right now. we get to pull in all their social activity because, yes, it's impressive that we get a lot of views on Zillow and maybe Realtor.com, but what's more impressive is all the views that you all generate through running Instagram or Facebook or YouTube. And it's what a great point that you can make to say, oh, well, we generate 3 times as many views on our marketing than we do through Zillow and Realtor.com. We also get to show them kind of proof of success on what we're doing behind the scenes. So these are all of our social media posts that we've put out for the home. And then just recently, we integrated with Showing Time. So you can actually take an email address that's generated by North and put it into Showing Time as a client. And every single time your seller gets a showing request or a confirmation or a cancellation, the North report will update automatically and keep in sync with all the different activity that's gone on with the home. And even when an agent gives feedback, it will sync right into North as well. So the seller can jump into their North report and see all the activity on their house. If you guys have virtual tours uploaded to Zillow or a floor plan uploaded to Zillow, they automatically get uploaded into the North as well. And you can even launch the virtual tour and they can kind of see kind of live what's going on with their home. And then there's comps that get loaded in as well. So they can kind of see what's going on around their home, different homes that are for sale, and who their competition is that they're up against right now with them being listed on the market. And then we also give this AI analysis of what's happening in the market as well. So this is pulled by zip code. So we can see that Union right now has a strong buyer demand, and all of this information is being pulled in real time. And all of this is being generated through AI as well. And so these are the reports that we started sending out to our clients, and they're very easy to create. So here's the dashboard. You can create a new North just by giving a Zillow link for the home. But on the back end, like if I go back to that Addison Ridge home, we can see how much control you guys have. So you guys can control the views that are being shown if they're different. You guys can upload all of your social media links. You guys can check in, see how all these are set to auto sync because we're using this email address to sync all the showing activity in. If you all want to even go above and beyond, you can put tasks that you are doing for the home, like pictures or whatnot. Obviously, our comps are loaded in as well. We can pull neighborhood data, and then we can see all the different paragraphs that are generated for the report as well. The cool thing is, as you use North more, the smarter North gets. And just maybe 2 weeks ago, we released this feature called Spotlight, where it takes all of the information from North of all of your listings and activity that have happened over the course of you all listing homes, and it rolls it into the Spotlight where you can send this out to a seller that you're about to go meet with, and you can have tons of proof of success. So this is our Caldwell Group Spotlight. It shows them how many homes we've sold. It shows them all of our digital footprint about how much engagement we get on social media compared to the online portals. And it's just this proof of why you should hire us as a real estate team. It shows the homes that we have sold, the past 100 homes that we've sold, and even goes down and shows us how many showings we've had on our listings over the past 30 days and which days are the most compacted when it comes to being popular for showings. And then it also generates and pulls in Zillow reviews as well. So it's just all in one platform of listings and being able to promote your listings to your sellers and show them all the work that you do behind the scenes to help them get their home sold. So it's been we get tons of engagement off of it. I mean, if I go back and look at our dashboard, we have sellers that are hitting it like 8 times a week. We have one report that's been viewed 68 times. And it's even integrated with the email as well. So you can send a report right from North. So if I go back into Addison, I can pull it up and click on share at the top. And with the magic of AI, it's going to create an email that you can send right from the platform. And AI will take all the information that it knows about the house and it will write this beautiful email, kind of giving the proof of what's happening inside of North, and you can even send it right from the platform as well. So that's my little passion project that I've been working on over the past maybe 120, 160 days. And Aaron wanted me to jump on and kind of share it with you guys. And I'll put the link to the platform in the chat. And then if you guys would love to onboard, I think I have like 7 days or 14 days free of you guys trying it out. And if you guys use the code Momentum, you'll get 30% off for life if you guys decide to keep using it or not. But yeah, that's the thing that I've built.
What's your
Derek, I'm
guys?
so glad that like a computer genius like you decided to go into real estate. It's awesome.
It's yeah, thank you so much. It's something that I have a passion about. So, Amy and I have talked through it. There's some friends of mine that again that are in Texas and Vegas and South Carolina that are constantly coming up with ideas like, "Hey, could it do this or could it do that?" And it's something where I want to be super collaborative, like the whole showing time feature. That was actually a suggestion that a friend of mine made down in Texas. And they were like, hey, if there's any way that this could happen automatically, that would be unbelievable. And over the weekend, we launched that feature for them. So if you have ideas or think of things that could make it better, please send it my way because I promise you it will be implemented to make your all's lives a little bit easier when it comes to sellers.
Anybody have questions for Derek?
Thanks,
I can
Aaron, for
tell you,
let
I,
me
Is the
demo it.
website in the, can you put the website in the chat? Sorry, Derek, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I can tell you that I've seen sellers like when I don't know, it's like when you make a social media post that you think is like pretty good, you're constantly watching how many likes and comments you get, and like you're kind of glued to it, right? It's this dopamine kind of thing, right? And I know when sellers put their house on the market, they're watching Zillow, like, oh my gosh, it's had this many views and this many people have saved it or liked it. And like they get kind of excited about the process and they see how much is actually happening. And Derek, the last time I logged into North, like the Facebook and Instagram weren't integrated yet. So I didn't know that that was a part of it now.
Yeah.
And, you know, like I could just imagine a seller, you setting them up on this, or at least showing it to them at the listing consultation. You know, and if right now if I'm not using it and then you go in there as a listing agent, you show them like, hey, here's the back end, we're gonna have this set up for you so that you can see every single thing that's going on behind the scenes, and it gives you a summary of market activity and how we compare against the other stuff. Like it sets us up like so far apart because I don't have that and you do. um
Yeah. It's
you
been
know
a cool
it's
little passion project. And Tim, it's for everybody. I mean, shamelessly, I have sent it to Leo and the guys up at EXP because my dream is like to be partnered with EXP on this and get it to be something where it's for EXP by EXP. But I have agents across all brokerages using this platform right now that are finding success with it. And my like end goal, everyone knows what a Carfax is. Like my dream is this is like the Carfax to real estate. So right now I'm actually working on a huge upgrade to the platform where we're putting CMAs inside where you can put a address in of maybe a past client and it builds a CMA for you. And I'm hoping over the next like 30 to 60 days, that's a feature that gets released to the platform. When it does, I send out updates and email blasts on what's being upgraded and what's added to the platform. So this is definitely an iterative project that I've been working on that's been fueled by tons of feedback from a bunch of friends of mine.
This is going to be one of those situations where we're like, oh, we knew that guy. Remember, now that he's a billionaire, we're like, oh, we knew him. We knew him.
Yeah, and
it's
the
like
funny thing is, not a lot of people know, but I don't know how to like I'm dangerous when it comes to code, but Claude and AI has built every single thing that you guys just saw, which is just kind of mind blowing. It's kind of cool.
yeah, any of us could have built that, Derek, but you're the
Yeah.
one who actually did it.
Also, yeah, you know what to tell Claude and AI to do. I would be like, can you do, I have this idea, but I don't know how to do it. I mean, yes, you implemented it.
I've
Which
got
is
a
kind of cool.
I've got a buying question. So if you start at one level and then you're like, oh, I actually need more, can you just bump right up? Is it that
Yeah.
simple? Okay.
Yeah. It's a full-blown product. Like it's very easy to navigate. But if you have issues, just email me or text me. We'll figure it out.
This is very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, and it
So
makes you look like
Derek,
a rock star.
When you roll out like your new features, have you thought about like doing a webinar for all the people that are your subscribers?
Yeah, I have. And I've thought about like recording videos of like how to use the platform and what it looks like. So yeah,
Yeah,
I'm learning as I
I
go.
love it. I think it's been super helpful.
Well, good. I love that. Thank you. Yeah, Amy, I think was like subscriber number 2. So
So I get a big discount for that, right?
yeah, absolutely. It's neat. The spotlight feature of being able to show like proof of success. Like once you have like 30 or so listings that get filtered there, that's pretty powerful. Mom has used it on some appointments and we've been sending it out as like pre-listing and it's impactful. So it's definitely a data-driven, AI-driven solution.
We got any other questions for Derek?
So will that pull past listings and then go from there, or is it just from the time you started?
Yeah, from the time you start it, because you have to add the listing with the Zillow link into there, and then it populates the report from that. The spotlight pages, it will pull your history. So if you've sold 50 homes in the past year, it'll pull all 50 homes onto that map, but an actual report gets generated when you add that Zillow link.
Okay.
Cool. Marcy, you get our tech issues figured out? We good to go?
Yes, I switched over to my iPad because my laptop is a no-go. I actually have a Mac from 2015 and it still works, but I have been finding that some of its compatibility with video is not so great. Like, it's just like, we don't support this any longer. I'm like, "Oh, really, guys?" Yeah.
Hey, on the momentum call, we adapt and overcome. So,
But I got an iPad, so that works. Yeah.
good. Well, if you're ready, show us what you've got for home handoff.
Yeah. Hi. So I know I introduced myself at the beginning. Maybe some of you jumped on that didn't hear. My name's Marcy. I'm not an agent, but I am local to the area. I live in Alexandria, Kentucky. So I'm working with a local startup that we are just kind of bringing something to the market, and we are looking for feedback from realtors. We want your guys' feedback. We want you to give us some input on this. I've bought and sold homes, as a home buyer. I've moved a decent amount, and so I've been involved in that. And something that we've noticed is that realtors have really mastered that transaction piece. You guys have transaction coordinators, you guys have agendas, you guys have entire email platforms dedicated to due dates and email chains and checklists to make sure everything goes really smoothly for that transaction piece. But something that's kind of been left behind has been that transition. When that seller is handing over those keys to that buyer, that transition piece has kind of been left out. And as we've learned, has been kind of left up to the agents to decide how to handle it. Things like personal property. If the buyer wants to buy the table and the chairs, the dining room table and the chairs, how does that go about? Are you leaving that up to your individual agents to decide how they want to sell it, how they want to pass along that information? Are they going from the buyer to the buyer's agent to the seller's agent to the seller to just go back and forth to decide on a price? Other information, home information, such as if they've got a pool, what chemicals are you using in that pool? Who did you use to service that pool? What are the utilities on the house? What utilities do you use? Who put in the HVAC? Is there a warranty on the HVAC? It's kind of making a weird noise. I was wondering, if there's a warranty. This happens like, 6 months down the road, and they've got to contact through the chain of commands again just to find out that information. There was no good place to put all these little tidbits, about a home that someone who has lived in that home, for 5 years could pass along some valuable information. There was just nowhere to provide that on any kind of platform service. So we started the startup. We were just like, this is a problem that we see, and we'd like to come up with a solution for it. So we just went for it. And it's way easier if I just show it to you. So that's why I was trying to do the screen share here. Let me tap in here. Get the screen share on. Start sharing. Okay. All right, so this is what it looks like. So this is a home handoff. This is what yours would look like from the listing agent, and your view is the same as the seller's view. So you got your home handbook here. You can write your nice little welcome note. They can put in the utilities. So you can put in any utilities that, deal with your specific client. Electricity, water, sewer, providers' names. Something about this tab is that this tab and the handoff marketplace are the only tabs that the buyer will see prior to closing, unless you choose otherwise. We leave it up to you to decide if you want to release this information earlier. But besides that, everything is locked and closed until closing day, except for the utilities, just so that the buyers can start to make the calls and contacts and know who to reach out to. And then you've got home details. So this is where you've got your smart apps, your appliances. I put in, for just so you guys could see, like a ring door, like you could put that in there. And that's what that information looks like. You got your appliances, security system, paint colors, warranties and receipts, garage codes, HVAC system, pool information, then anything else that they can think of that they would like to add in, they can put in there. And then you've got your HOA information. So this is stuff like, hey, there's a potluck, once every 3 or 4 months that people like to get together for. Or, hey, so we actually put in $50 one time a year to provide for plowing for the area, or, to have the front sign painted at the HOA. Just that information that isn't well known, but that someone that's lived in that house would know and would like to pass along. And buyers like to know that information. So this just gives a platform for them to be able to do that and to have that all right there for them to access. This is where they would put in their service providers that they use, for that HVAC, for that pool, anything, what plumber did they use? They can put that in there. And then we've got the handoff marketplace. So this is where you can sell those personal items. The buyer and the seller can sell those personal items. So they come on here and then they just put in. So I put in a photo of a dining room table and I posted it for $400. The buyer then can get on and they can counter offer. They can agree to it. And at the end, they get a essentially bill of sale, a print off that they can take to the closing so that all the items are agreed upon. The price is agreed upon. There's no one showing up with a check with the wrong amount on there. So that's all agreed upon. And then you've got your mail and packages. So this is where you can put in those pieces that when the buyer gets, mail because someone forgot to change an address, or an Amazon package shows up, or hey, someone left the last load of laundry in the dryer. You can actually reach out on here and say, there's a drop down menu and you can ask, hey, do you want to come pick this up? Do you want us to send it to you? What kind of format do you want us to go through to get these items back to you? So it's not back and forth again through the buyer and the buyer's agent, and the seller's agent, and the seller, who knows how long down the road. It just alleviates some of those time wasted, back and forth, and it keeps everybody relevant and quick and accessible. And you've got your transition guide. So there's one for the seller and the buyer. And this pulls from that home handbook. So this pulls in information that you inputted. So like for those apps, it pulls in every single app that they put in there. We've heard stories of, hey, they bought the house and they forgot to sign out of the Ring doorbell. Well, that's freaking us out. Can you hurry up and have them log out of it? This is a way they can check it off. They know that they signed out of it. It's a good reminder. And for the buyers, there's a checklist as well, but this just pulls in that data from that. Just a good little checklist for them to know what to do before they leave their house. And then this is trusted providers is where you can put in your own trusted providers. So this is where you put in the providers that you would recommend. There's a section also that you can put in a discount code so that they have that option to use your discount code. And you can kind of, do your own little promotions there. So let me stop sharing here. So yeah, so that's the platform. We've put a lot of thought and effort into it. And we just continually want to keep refining it. And we're actually finding that agents are wanting to use this in their listing presentation to set themselves apart, from another agent's presentation. It gives that seller that sense of they're passing along their home with, some nice sentimental value, because they do have a lot of memories and a lot of thoughts and a lot of little things that would be really useful for the next person to have, that they like the idea of passing that along, and the buyers are loving getting it. So we are finding, we have a listing presentation flyer that's easily clickable and downloadable, where you can hand that off in your listing presentation. And we actually did a survey, and 87% of people were saying that if this had been presented to them, it would have made a difference in who they chose as a listing agent. So people are finding that they really enjoy this. They want to pass along that information, and now we've made a platform for them to be able to do it. So it's really, it's the same idea, as far as it's a small startup. So give us your insight, give us your feedback, and we will try to incorporate it. We're looking to you guys to refine it and to make it better. We're offering the first handoff for free. And we're also offering, if you just create an account today, there's no credit card information or any obligation, but if you just create an account today, we're offering the price will remain the same for the next 6 months. And we've got it priced at $49 for a single handoff right now and $79 for unlimited. Honestly, we've heard from multiple people that the pricing is way too low, but our focus right now is to just get people using it and giving us their feedback, and help us help you, help us refine it and make it better, and make it more enjoyable for everyone.
What questions do you guys have for Marcy?
I don't have any questions, but sorry, I was just going to say, I know when I've had buyers where the owners have put together something like that on their own, which happens pretty rarely, maybe once a year you get unicorn, and the buyers are so incredibly happy.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have loved something like this when I walked into my house, hey, what decking material was used when you guys put that on? 'Cause you did that right before we moved in. I would have loved to have that little tidbit of information.
Is it couple questions. Is it all customizable, as the agent? If I don't like something on there, can I just delete that column? Or is it pretty much boilerplate and then they just put in what they want?
So right now it's boilerplate, but that's something that we absolutely would take back for feedback. And we've already talked about creating some adjustments so that you can toggle things. So you can decide, hey, I want them to see this. I don't want them to see this. So that is something that we've already discussed, and we just need more feedback of, is that something you guys would really like? That's actually, we just rolled out the feature where you can allow early access, because we were finding some agents don't want all the information to be seen by the buyer from the get-go. And then other agents are like, we want to print this out and put it in the open house, because these are questions that people are already asking when they're walking in the door. So total difference of opinions of how people work with their clients, but we could absolutely, try to work on making that a toggle thing, because that's something we have discussed.
Okay. And then is the intent, I purchase it as the agent, I just send it to my client and they do everything from there? Or is that kind of what you're envisioning?
That is what we are envisioning. We did create it to where the listing agent has full access. So you can input information, because that is another feedback point we got, is some of the agents were like, hey, we actually would love to just put in some of this information like the utilities, because we are getting emailed about this and we're having to dredge through emails and figure out, what utilities were those again. So like, we would just put that in there. So we went ahead and gave the listing agents full access so they can, decide if they want to put in some of that information themselves or how they want to do that.
Was the access to listing agents was that given recently, Marcy?
Yes. Yeah. That was like last week. Yeah. We just rolled that out. Yep.
I was going to say, cause I got my seller in there and the seller's like, you know what? Like, we'll fill this out when we get time. And then, life happens. They never filled anything out. And I would have completely filled it out on the back end for them if I had known that they weren't going to do it at all. So,
yep. Well, you can now. Yeah.
Cool. Any other questions for Marcy on home handoff?
Yeah, how does the buyer get access? So do we need the buyer's email or does that go through the agent?
So there's two ways to do it. You can either ask the buyer's agent for the buyer's email and put it in, and it's all set up to where it's only ever says buyer and seller. We really wanted to protect, because we know everybody really likes a lot of protection around, privacy. So the seller's agent would be the only one to ever see those two emails, or we have it set up to where the listing agent can send an email to the buyer's agent, who then can handle putting in the buyer's email address if they do not want that to be shared at all.
Sweet. All right. So as I mentioned, thank you, Marcy, for sharing that. I think
thanks, guys. Awesome. Thanks for having me on. Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds like Derek and Marcy get together and like mash all that stuff together.
Yeah.
Sounds really cool. And then what I'm about to share with you guys, my friend Matt Dill, who we took our Ohio license classes together in 2011 and, just became good friends and, stayed in touch over the years. Matt's actually, he's at a personal thing today, a funeral for a friend or family member. So he asked me to share a video. He created a 6-minute video. He has been working behind the scenes as well. I did not know he was a tech dude, but he's been working behind the scenes to create something that we can all use. And I'll explain in my words what this is before I show you Matt's video. His video is a little too put together and professional for me. So I'm going to tell you in my words, and then I'm going to show you Matt's video. So essentially imagine you're out there showing houses. Maybe it's a buyer that you're familiar with. Maybe it's not. But then they ask you some questions about the house, like how old is the HVAC? How old is this? And maybe the seller didn't know. Maybe they're not sure how old certain things are. But essentially, Matt's app is called Home Exa. And you can take the app and you can scan a serial number or model and part numbers on different things, and it will tell you when it was manufactured, where it was manufactured. I think it'll give you a lot of back end information on the systems of the house. And better yet, I'll just show you Matt's video. Let me make sure my technology is going to work for me today. And here we go. I'm going to let Matt do the talking. Let somebody say something if you can't hear this, okay?
Good morning, Real Estate Momentum community. My name is Matt Dill.
Not loud enough.
Cincinnati and have been for the past 14 years. I'm a proud member of this Real Estate Momentum community, and I thank Aaron for motivating us every single week and looking for new opportunities for us to learn and gain some new tools for our business. He's actually given me an opportunity to talk about one of those tools today that I have been developing. So I hope that you can see some value in it. So let's get started.
Attention realtors, introducing Homepsa. Homepsa is a mobile application for real estate professionals that uses AI to scan and identify major home appliances, providing over 20 data points such as age, life expectancy, and even replacement cost. Instant appliance insights to provide to your clients to build their trust in you. Available now on Google Play and the App Store. Start your free trial today.
So that's just a small commercial that I produced to get across the idea. This app is for you when you're out showing homes and your clients inevitably turn to you and ask, how old is this appliance? To me, this is a very important moment. You can either gain trust or you could lose trust. You can walk up to that appliance and stare at that manufacturing tag for about 10 to 15 seconds, maybe even go cross-eyed a little bit. But if you turn to them and say, unfortunately, I don't really know, but we can call the listing agent to see if they can provide us with more information. Well, at that point, I feel like we've lost trust, especially in this age of instant gratification. So let's use this opportunity to gain trust and provide them with something. So next, I'm going to show you how a simple scan actually works.
Today, we're going to do a simple scan. So we're going to take one picture of the main unit and one picture of the manufacturing tag that we found on the back. That's going to load the hopper in the bottom right, and we're going to press the green check mark, and that sends it off to the AI system. We have the green check mark, so we click on that, and that will give us the 20 data points that it provides. And now we are going to assign it to already a property that we have created. So we go back to the menu, go to the home button, scroll down. We find that one is the most recent scan. Click on the ellipses on the right and say add to property. Then we click the property to add it to.
So there's the simple one-time scan feature. Now let's take it even farther. Could we log an entire house of appliances? Well, yes, we can. So I'm going to show you how that's done. 123 Main Street. And you can see that we basically did all the major appliances. We got the furnace, the hot water heater, the air conditioner, the fridge, the gas cooktop, and the built-in combo oven. And I wanted to show the feature of generating a report. So we go there, we have all the appliances selected. And it brings up to the report. And I just want to make sure that it's noted that this report is branded to you. So at the top, it says this report was generated by Matthew Dill at Huff Realty using the Homexa app, and it has your contact information there as well. So it's just another touch, just another way to get in front of your client, and it is branded to your business. You could send that to them after a closing. You could do that during an inspection, or you can do that during a showing, or you can even do it at a listing appointment. You want to make sure you take down these so when you go back to do your MLS listing, you have all these readily available.
I'm gonna go ahead and pause that. You guys get the point. I would say that you could probably use that kind of technology to go through the house that you're about to list and then actually scan all of the appliances and HVAC and water heater and everything to kind of put together a little package for the disclosures and say, here's everything, here's the ages, here's the warranties and all that. Matt did send me, I've got it deep in my email somewhere. He sent me a promo code, 3 months for free. I'm going to copy that and drop it into the chat. There. Bud says, I've used Homexa, great app, 90 to 95% accurate. I'd say that's fair. Okay, so not 100% accurate, but just
be careful with that, because it's, and what kind of embarrassed me a little bit is the heat pump was down on the bottom, and we scanned it, but I couldn't quite see it. And then the client got down in there and he said, oh yeah, it's actually 2022 when the app said, 2014 when the app said 2022. So just be careful. But yes, it is a fantastic app for sure.
Yeah, it's helpful. And just like any of this stuff, whether you're using Home Handoff or Homexa or North Reports, I mean, obviously all of us know the people who are starting these companies, right? So give them feedback. That's the best thing that a business owner or a developer can have is feedback so that they can fix it. If they don't know it's broken, they can't fix it. These are all just tools that I'd say that Derek, Marcy, and Matt, they all want us to use them and break them. Like get in there and use it. Tell them how they can make it better so that they can serve people better. So Matt's not here to answer questions, but I will throw this out there. What other tech tools would you guys like to see or have you used that you want people to check out or you think that agents should check out?
We have a Aaron Barker, who's my business coach, he is currently working on an AI coach that's going to be pretty interesting, where you can run through, if you've got phone calls, you've got scripts, you've got emails that you can kind of run through, and it can break it down and say, hey, this is working, this isn't. And it's one of those break it till it works things. The goal ultimately is where you can take, let's say, a Zillow call, and you can throw it in there. You have a team member that uses it, and it can say, hey, this is an area where you've got to work on X, Y, and Z. And I think that kind of thing is really interesting. Using AI as a tool to just help you get better, not to replace you, because I think that's the key to the deal.
I'll shamelessly plug AI Marketing Academy. So, in partnership, if you guys know who Jason Pantana is or who Tom Ferry is, I work behind the scenes of AI Marketing Academy. It's a platform where Jason, myself, Katie Day, and some other producers in the country that are really heavy in AI have an academy where we do live trainings and labs and teach agents how to apply AI to their marketing, specifically to their marketing. Like last month, we did a whole training on Claude Cowork. We did trainings on how to get found in AI, how to build blogs that get you found through AI, how to come up in AI search, like just tons. We do twice a month trainings split into AI rookies and AI rock stars. And it's just all pushing towards how do we leverage this new tool called AI towards our businesses. And it's specifically around your marketing. So it's there's like 3,000 or 4,000 subscribers across the country, and we mastermind all through Facebook as well. It's a great community to be a part of, and I have found it to be so useful in our business as we apply a lot of the things that myself, Jason, Tom, Katie, and some others are pushing in the ecosystem that we built.
How does somebody engage with that, Derek?
I'll put it in the chat. And we're about to launch a brand new platform next week that'll be super engaging. So I know Jason's going to do some big pushes and have a bunch of webinars displaying and like promoting the new platform. So I'll shoot that to you, Aaron, if we could put it inside the school community if people want to check it out.
I'd love to drop that in there. Sweet. But here's the other thing, guys. We can really get lost in trying to tech our business, and like when a lot of this stuff comes on and automation gets involved, we try to replace ourselves so that we have more time it frees up our time, right? It requires us less and less, but we can't lose sight of the fact that what we do is we create conversations. Like that's where we are best served as real estate professionals, is get out there and talk to people. Tim, you get paired up with a random on a golf course. You start engaging them in conversation. You realize they're a real estate attorney. What the heck is that? And then you start engaging in conversations
in our area.
Yeah, it's just like the purpose of what we do is we're constantly looking to converse with people that we can help. And if we can't help them, who do they know that we can help? That's it. These tech tools are there to help us be more fast, be more efficient, and show more value. But the conversations can't get replaced we can't replace that. We have to be better. TJ says, so golf more. Got it. Yeah. Yeah. Just get around more people. That's the name of the game. Any other tech tools or things, since it is tech week, anything else that you guys think agents should try out that have helped you?
I love it used to be called Clay.Earth AI, but now it's called Mesh. I guess they just rebranded the name, but it's the same program. It is lovely CRM to specifically engage your sphere. I use it every day. It actually, once you integrate it with your iMessage and your Gmail and Facebook, it will automatically import all your contact, automatically using the AI merge them and find 5 or however many you decide on any given day that, hey, you haven't talked to this person in a while. Why don't you reach out? And you can set the cadence how you want. I just let the AI pick it for me. And it's been great for the question of who do I talk to today about real estate? And I've loved it because I thought it was so easy to use. But the app on the phone is great, and the desktop version is wonderful as well.
And Bobby, what can you spell that out? Is this Mesh? MESH?
MESH. It has an app on the App Store, and you can also download, if you have a Mac or a MacBook, it has a desktop app as well. And it's free for up to 1,000 contacts. It's specifically for sphere-based engagement. So what I love about it, because I was a big like KV Core Bolt Trail advocate, but I hated using a smart number to text my sphere. I thought that was so tacky. This one integrates directly with your iMessage. So as soon as you click text on that person's contact, it will pull up your iMessage to text them from. Now, I'm not familiar with it on Android use, but I love it for how well it integrates with Apple iMessage. And I've never needed more than 1,000 contacts. I don't think anybody can maintain 1,000 relationships. But what I will say, it does not do mass email. It does not do mass text. So I do still have my bold trail for those specific purposes. But for my sphere, I don't want to do mass emails and mass text messages. I'll drip them a monthly newsletter. But if I'm going to engage with them, or if I'm going to invite them to something, or if I'm going to try to talk to them, I want it to be one-on-one. And I think that's important for anybody that's building their business from their sphere and wanting referrals and wanting that type of business.
That's good.
I'll try and find a link really quick and post it in the chat.
Cool.
I have one more tool, Aaron. I get asked all the time what LLM I should use. A lot of people love ChatGPT. I think Chat is great. I think Chat does a great job at making you feel like you're amazing. But I have been pushing Claude so much here lately. It is by far, in my opinion, the best chat tool that you could be using right now. And the reason why is because in the past 53 days, Claude has shipped 74 upgrades to the platform, which is unbelievable to me. And most recently, last week, they released a new upgrade called Dispatch. And so imagine this for me for just a moment, because this is where AI is going. Imagine you leave a listing appointment and you're like, oh, I need to remember that I need to send those sellers whatever X might be. Well, how cool would it be to jump into Claude Dispatch and say, I need to send X document from my computer to this seller. Can you go send it for me? What Dispatch does is it takes your phone when you're on the Claude app and it connects to your computer back at your office, and it can interact with your computer. So you can tell it to go find this file, go to your email, open up Allison's contact, attach the document into the email, and send it with this message. Like that got released last week. The whole thing is called Dispatch. It's controlling your computer remotely. But I have a feeling in the next like 6 to 12 months, how crazy would it be? And it's not far-fetched to think that you leave a showing and you're messaging Claude Dispatch and you're saying, hey, I'm about to write an offer for Aaron. They're offering this much on this house with these contingencies. Get the offer prepped so that when I get back to the office, I can review it and send it. To me, that's going to be here in like 6 months or so. But I would highly recommend Claude. Claude is by far the best app right now when it comes to large language models.
I'm going to echo that. And Sarah Corbett just commented that she switched at your recommendation, Derek. You and I talked about 4 weeks ago about this, and I switched over to Claude. And I can tell just the differences in the conversations that I'm having with the chatbot with Claude versus ChatGPT. I don't know. It feels different. I'm not as deep in the weeds as you are, but just it's really cool to watch all this stuff unfold. What's that?
I want it to tell me that I'm wrong. And chat will never do that. It will always dance around the fact that you're correct. And that is frustrating because when I'm using it for marketing or for ads or for building something, I need to be told that I'm heading in a wrong direction. And Claude will tell me, I don't think that that's the direction you should go down. And it will challenge me and challenge my thinking. And whenever it started doing that on its new update last month, I was completely sold.
My God, I love
Does
it.
anybody
Is
know
there
if
a
Claude
way-
has a thing? Sorry, go
Is
ahead.
there a way, Derek, to take all your data from ChatGPT and dump it into Claude?
There is. I would highly recommend not. I was talking with Christy Jinks, a coach for Tom Ferry last week, and she said that she dumped her whole entire memory file from Chat to Claude, and Claude started acting like ChatGPT. And so I would recommend maybe go into Claude and say, hey, I'm just now using you for the first time. Ask me a bunch of questions that you need to get to know me to set up a memory file. and it will ask you who you are, what you do, what your business is like, what your personal is like, and let it build from there because it is so good at what it does that you don't want to cross contaminate between chat memories and Claude memories.
Something that I did on that exact note, because I was wondering the same thing. Actually, there was somebody on Instagram who had this thing called a brand Bible, and it was a really long questionnaire about all the different things about you and your brand and how you talk and all these different things. And I did take the time to fill it out and was really glad that I did. It was a lot of information, so it was quite the time consumption, but I then uploaded that PDF document to Claude after answering all kinds of really in-depth questions about myself and my business. And Claude talks back to me exactly like I would need it to. And honestly, I was about to post a video that was a recording of me. Either I'm in the car and you see me talking, I'm either talking to a client or I'm talking to Claude because I'm very literally having a conversation with it with its speak to it tool. It's not just the talk to text and it types out the message for you. You're actually talking to it. So you can role play, you can do all different kinds of things with it. So I uploaded this massive document all about me. It talks to me very well, and then I can talk to it while I'm talking on the phone or in the car, and it's gotten to know me so much better just from having those types of conversations. So it's been a game changer for me.
So we're all breaking up with our AI. I love it. No roses, no flowers, just straight up breaking up with tech. Love it. All right. Well, guys, it's Monday. Hopefully the sun's shining where you are. Hopefully, thank you, Derek. Thank you, Marcy. Thank you, Matt. And thanks everybody for pitching in on this stuff. This has been great. Use tech as a tool, but it'll never replace you as a conversation starter and somebody who cares. So go out there, create some conversations this week. I don't have my notes in front of me on what we're talking about next week, but we're kicking off a brand new month. I'll be in Florida with my family, but we're still doing the momentum call because momentum doesn't stop for anybody. See you guys next Monday at 10 o'clock. I am going to go back through our notes, all the links that our speakers have posted in here, all the links and stuff. I'll post them in the Real Estate Momentum group on Facebook and in the school so that you'll be able to go back and get the discount codes and all that good stuff. Sound good?
Yeah.
All right. You guys go out there, crush it this week. We'll see you next Monday, 10 o'clock, right back here. See you.